Imagine a land of vast deserts, scorching sun, and scattered settlements. The landscape is both beautiful and unforgiving, with endless stretches of sand dunes and rocky terrains. The sun blazes down relentlessly, making survival a daily challenge. This was Arabia in the 6th century CE, a land where tribal loyalties reigned supreme. Tribes were the fundamental social units, each with its own customs, traditions and leaders. These tribes often engaged in fierce rivalries and alliances, shaping the political landscape of the region. The harsh environment bred a culture of resilience and fierce independence. People had to be resourceful and tough to survive the arid conditions. They relied on their wits and strength, developing a deep sense of pride and self-reliance. Life revolved around trade, poetry, and the worship of various deities. The marketplaces were bustling centers of commerce where traders from different regions exchanged goods, stories, and ideas. Poetry was highly esteemed, serving as a means of preserving history and expressing emotions. The spiritual life was equally diverse, with numerous gods and goddesses worshipped in various shrines and temples.
Mecca, a bustling city in Western Arabia, stood as a vital trading hub. Its strategic location made it a melting pot of cultures and a center for economic activity. Caravans laden with spices, textiles, and other goods would converge here, making it a vibrant and prosperous city. It was also home to the Kaaba, a sacred shrine revered by various tribes. The Kaaba was a focal point of religious life, attracting pilgrims from far and wide. It was a place where people sought spiritual solace and performed rituals to honor their deities. People flocked to the Kaaba for pilgrimage, seeking blessings and trading goods. The pilgrimage was not only a religious journey, but also an opportunity for social and economic exchange. Pilgrims would bring offerings and engage in trade, strengthening the bonds between different tribes and communities.
However, beneath the veneer of prosperity, a spiritual void lingered. Despite the bustling trade and religious activities, many felt a sense of emptiness. The existing beliefs and practices did not provide answers to the deeper questions of life and existence. Society was marked by social injustices, with the powerful often exploiting the weak. The disparity between the rich and the poor was stark, and the marginalized often faced oppression and neglect. Disputes and conflicts were common, reflecting the underlying tensions within the society. Many yearned for a faith that offered guidance and meaning beyond the pursuit of material wealth. They sought a spiritual path that could provide a sense of purpose and direction in their lives. This longing for a deeper connection and understanding was palpable among the people. This yearning set the stage for a profound transformation that would forever change the course of history. The emergence of a new faith, one that promised unity, justice, and spiritual fulfillment, was on the horizon. This transformation would not only reshape the Arabian Peninsula, but also leave an indelible mark on the world. Into this world, in the year 570 CE, Muhammad was born in Mecca. Orphaned at a young age, he was raised by his uncle. Known for his honesty and integrity, Muhammad became a successful trader. Yet he remained troubled by the social ills and spiritual emptiness he witnessed around him.
He often sought solitude in the nearby mountains, reflecting on life's deeper questions. Muhammad yearned for a way to alleviate the suffering and injustice he saw. Little did he know that destiny had a profound plan in store for him.
When Muhammad was 40 years old, a life-altering event occurred. While meditating in a cave on Mount Hira, he received his first revelation from God through the angel Gabriel. This divine message would become the foundation of the Quran, the holy book of Islam.
The Quran's central message was simple yet profound. There is only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. It called upon people to abandon idol worship and embrace a life of submission to God, Islam. The Quran preached compassion, justice, and accountability in this life and the hereafter.
Muhammad began sharing the revelations he received, which he believed were divine messages from Allah, the one true God. These revelations were profound and transformative, urging people to change their ways and embrace a new path. He called his people to abandon their idols and embrace monotheism. a concept that was revolutionary in a society deeply rooted in polytheistic traditions. This call to worship only one God was not just a religious shift but a cultural upheaval. His message resonated with some, especially those who felt disillusioned by the existing social order. They found hope and solace in Muhammad's words, which promised equality and justice. Particularly those marginalized and seeking a more just and equitable society were drawn to his teachings. These individuals, often overlooked and oppressed, saw in Islam a chance for a better life and a fairer community. They became his first followers, known as Muslims. These early converts were diverse, coming from various backgrounds but united by their shared belief in Muhammad's message and their desire for change.
However, Muhammad's message also faced strong opposition from the powerful elites of Mecca. These leaders, who held significant influence and wealth, saw his teachings as a direct threat to their authority and way of life. They felt threatened by his call for social change, fearing that the new religion would disrupt the social hierarchy and diminish their power. The idea of abandoning their traditional beliefs was unthinkable to them. As a result, the early Muslims faced ridicule, persecution, and even violence. They were ostracized, their businesses boycotted, and their lives made difficult. Despite these hardships, they remained steadfast in their faith. Yet their faith and commitment to Muhammad's message only grew stronger in the face of adversity. Their resilience and unwavering belief in the promise of Islam inspired others to join their cause, slowly but surely expanding the early Muslim community.
As persecution intensified, Muhammad received instructions from God to leave Mecca and seek refuge elsewhere. In 622 CE, he and his followers embarked on a perilous journey to the city of Yathrib, later renamed Medina, the city of the Prophet. This event, known as the Hijra, marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. The Hijra was not just a physical journey, but a symbolic one, representing the Muslims' flight from persecution and their hope for a better future, where they could practice their faith freely. In Medina, Muhammad and his followers found a welcoming environment. They established a community governed by the principles of Islam, laying the foundation for the first Islamic state.
The Constitution of Medina, drafted by Muhammad, outlined the rights and responsibilities of all citizens, Muslims and non-Muslims alike. It emphasized social justice, mutual respect, and defense against external threats.
This document is considered a remarkable example of early constitutional governance and a testament to Islam's emphasis on social harmony. Despite facing continued hostility from Mecca, Muhammad remained committed to peaceful solutions. In 630 CE, with a large number of followers, he returned to Mecca. The Meccans, realizing the futility of resistance, offered little resistance. Muhammad entered the city triumphantly, not as a conqueror but as a liberator. He destroyed the idols inside the Kaaba, rededicating it to the worship of the one true God. This event solidified Islam's dominance in Arabia. Following Muhammad's death in 632 CE, his close companions, known as the caliphs, assumed leadership. These caliphs, starting with Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman and Ali, played pivotal roles in shaping the early Islamic State. They were not only political leaders but also spiritual guides, ensuring the teachings of Islam were upheld and spread. Inspired by their faith and driven by a desire to spread its message, the early Muslims embarked on a remarkable period of expansion. This expansion was not just about territorial gains, but also about spreading the principles of Islam, which emphasized community, justice, and equality. The early Muslim armies, motivated by their belief in a just cause, ventured into new lands with a sense of purpose and determination. Within a century, the Islamic Empire stretched from Spain in the west to the borders of China in the east. This vast empire included diverse cultures and peoples, all united under the banner of Islam. The rapid expansion was a testament to the effective governance and strategic prowess of the early Muslim leaders. This rapid expansion was fueled by a combination of factors, including the military prowess of the Muslim armies, who were well trained and highly motivated. Their strategies and tactics were advanced for their time, allowing them to achieve significant victories against larger and more established empires. The appeal of Islam's message of equality and justice also played a crucial role. Many people in the conquered regions were drawn to the new faith because it offered a sense of community and fairness that was often lacking in their previous systems. The equitable treatment of conquered populations further facilitated the expansion. The early Muslim rulers implemented policies that respected the rights and traditions of the people they governed, fostering a sense of inclusion and stability. This approach not only helped in maintaining peace, but also encouraged the spread of Islamic teachings and practices. With the establishment of the Islamic Empire came a flourishing of knowledge and culture. This era, known as the Islamic Golden Age, spanned centuries and witnessed groundbreaking advancements in various fields. Muslim scholars made significant contributions to mathematics, astronomy, medicine, philosophy, and literature. Cities like Baghdad, Cordoba, and Cairo became centers of learning, attracting scholars from diverse backgrounds. They translated and preserved ancient Greek and Roman texts, saving them from oblivion. Their inventions and innovations, from algebra to astrolabes, laid the groundwork for future scientific advancements in Europe and beyond. From its humble beginnings in the vast Arabian desert, Islam has grown to become the world's second-largest religion, with over 1.8 billion followers worldwide, spanning continents. Muslims come from all walks of life, representing a rich tapestry of cultures, ethnicities, and languages united in faith. Islam's message of peace, compassion, and submission to God continues to resonate deeply with millions. Its emphasis on social justice, education, and community service remains as relevant today as it was centuries ago, inspiring many.